Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northern Line Blaze, the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. We're on a pretty good run of form here. We're doing a cane run today. Hopefully it doesn't maintain the framiness that it is set out for right now. TGWH X9 TV. Starting with the Relic. This is a really good... I don't know why I put it in like that. That voice is so many characters. If you put your voice a little bit higher and airier, it becomes Pauly Shore. Starting with the Relic. If you make it deeper and a little bit more playful, you get a Macho Man Randy Savage. Starting with the Relic. Actually, that's just a pirate, but you can get that as well. I don't know what that cadence was to start with. Also, if you want a good Macho Man Randy Savage impression, you've come to the wrong place. Go bug Bear Taffy. His impression is really good. It also ruins, like, according to him at least, it ruins like a whole day of working because his voice just gets completely shot. So save it for the end of a Bear Taffy stream or something like that. Tell him NL sent you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, of course, and he'll see you next time on twitch.tv/BearTaffy. Anyway, that voice, it's got a lot of fever for the flavor involved in it. This is bad. This is very bad. Slow your roll here, my friend. Slow your roll. If you would just stand still. And we got a Spirit Art from the Relic. All is not lost. Temporarily, it looked like we would be playing as the Lost. In that we only had one hit before dying. But we've actually found ourselves in a pretty sustainable position right now. As long as we can keep this Spirit Heart alive for 4 more rooms. We'll do like this room and 3 more. We'll get another Spirit Heart involved in the whole disgusting little mess that we've got going on. Bad start. Bad. Why try to cheat the system? You were doing fine, man. Have a little patience here. This room is the worst, but we really don't want to be this far behind the 8-ball and then go up against like the Haunt. That could have been very dangerous. Let's crack into some of these poops here. Sometimes you can get a lucky Spirit Heart, but we're really we're looking for the more common outcome. If we could just get money from this, I would consider this pretty okay. So far, it's so terrible, obviously. A red heart wouldn't be that bad either if we could actually swing that. Look, spider. Wasting my life here. Full health. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna bother shooting these now. The game gave us the easy way out. We've been saved. Remember when Kane used to exclusively get good pills? Those were the days, man. I remember the uproar. Not that it was like a fervor or anything like that. People were like, Kane sucks now. I mean, he doesn't not suck now. Oh, I fucked it. He's not as good as he used to be for sure, but I still like Kane, and I think luck is one of those stats that scales so well into the late game that Kane's fine, man. But before, 2 HP, but in exchange, you never have to worry about a pill being bad for you except for like weird situational shit like, oh, I don't want a health upgrade right now. It's not bad, it's just not necessarily as great as it could be, so I can't believe that we existed in that Kane framework for like 3 years. And for a long time, I was like, I still don't understand why Kane's good. Just to get good pills. Pills don't even matter. Oh, naive past Northern Lion. We hardly knew you. Well, still, not that I'm not still naive, I should say. Bill Naive, the science guy. It was either that or it would be, Nev Campbell. Nev Campbell. She's Canadian, you know that? Yeah, dog. No doubt. #1... Hey, that's great. #1 actress from Scream. She's from Canada. Wes Craven, not Canadian, but he's a maestro of the genre, so I'm not going to hold it against him. Sweet. That is enough money to probably start to think about buying something. I'm just waiting to go to this curse room until... I mean, it's possible our secret room is adjacent to it, but moreover, I'm just waiting until we get one more Spirit Art just to protect ourselves. It's looking like this run is going to be fine, largely as a result of the Relic. And the Pisces pickup is okay. I wouldn't go so far as to say that I'm, thrilled about it, but it's fine. And our secret room is adjacent down here. Unfortunately, we can't really get to it right now. Can't get to the curse room, I should say. We have a library and a shop. This is a trickier situation than usual. Normally, it would be a no-brainer. You go to the library because you have no spacebar item. But here... we have no keys and 24 cents, so we could possibly get a spacebar item that's better from our shop. We'll actually end up going to both thanks to that golden key. And we will buy the map, and we will not buy the pill. And we will maybe buy the bomb to get into our curse room, but I think we can just get one for free probably. Then we get Book of Shadows. So actually, it's like, it's not really worth it, but I'll tell you what. We'll go in, We'll open these, and we'll book a Shadows. And then, I'm like, now I want Guppy's head. Range up. Paralysis. No bombs. So we'll leave, and I'm happy to have had Guppy's head. This is a very strange situation, though, because now I don't want Anarchist Cookbook or anything else from the shop. We already got our map. I guess we'll pick up Anarchist Cookbook. I'm not going to use it for anything. We'll just get another charge on Guppy's head here. Weird. We've gone through 3 spacebar items very, very quickly, but it is in our best interest to have Guppy's head here. And now all we have to do is not completely brick it up against the boss. We did get a battery charge, which is a very positive thing for us, so we'll use that. We also got another relic payout, so 6 or 7 flies here against Blighted Ovum is going to work pretty quickly. Just make sure we're, whenever we cross that equator, we got to do so quickly because Blighted Ovum is going to shoot at us. Little Steven showing up on every run, whether I like it or not. And missing page 2, which is not a good item necessarily, but does at least give us Deal with the Devil precedent. So I'm feeling very strong about this Kane run right now. It's going quite well. We will go to our curse room right away. Try to keep up some momentum for our Guppy chances. And it did payouts. Speaking of payouts, though, we could really use a key. I'm optimistic because we have luck. Or we have a luck stat rather than the intangible, you know, value for luck. That we'll get keys and bombs. But the sooner the better, so we can still keep our eye on boss rush as well. It actually ended up making a really big difference on the last run. We probably would have won regardless, but the Cricket's head pickup saved us a lot of potential heartache there. So we get Lazarus Rags. I would describe this as non-essential, to put it politely. And we'll use our next key to get to the shop. Inevitably, people will be like, why didn't you use your first key to get to the shop? If there's a key in there, you could buy it for 5 cents and then you have access to the shop. True, but it puts me further away from being able to buy something. I may not need to buy a key, and there might not even be a key for sale. So let's just wait and see how the rest of this floor goes. It's not, I think it's one of those many questions in Rebirth that doesn't necessarily have a concrete, you know, definitive 100% objective answer. Everything in this game, many things in this game are decided by a dice roll at the time of observation. Doesn't mean there's not a better choice and a worse choice, however. I think that this one, we don't know. Only the game knows. We're going to be way ahead of schedule, possibly like 2 minutes ahead of schedule here. For boss rush, that is. Not feeling strong enough to do it yet, but at the same time, we don't know what's going to take place. We could fairly easily get a Deal with the Devil on this floor. It's not unfathomable. Pick a number between 1 and 4. Did you pick 3? It wasn't 3, but so many people pick 3 every time. I mean, it's going to work for you sometimes. Maybe it's a good strategy. I chose 2, actually. So those of you who chose 2, congrats, you got to Deal with the Devil on this floor. The Lover's card. I don't know why I would use that and choose to keep Paralysis, but I did. And we'll have to live with our decision now for, you know, the sweet hereafter. Also Canadian. I'm not going to go to the shop on this floor because we are not going to have enough money to do anything. But I will take my orbital and be pretty excited about having an alternative source of dealing damage and a genuine impetus to focus on permanent Polaroid invincibility if the mood strikes me. Man, I would kill for a trinket that is not this bad. Don't get me wrong. Oh my god, such a good shot. Don't get me wrong. You know, Pushpin is not worthless. I don't think it's very good, but it's not terrible. I used to think it was horrible. I don't think it's terrible anymore. It's just not very good. We could be getting such a disproportionately greater benefit from so many other trinkets, even if they're not offensive focused. Like, give me a Bloody Penny or something, or Burnt Penny. I would be content with this. Alright, down to the next floor. We explored pretty much everything on that one. It's going well so far. It's fast. 8 minutes in, so we are roughly 2 minutes ahead of schedule. Now, that judgment is very interesting because I would like to play it, but I would also like to blow it up to get a greater Deal with the Devil chance. And I would also like to save my money to buy something from the shop. So we got like triplicate conflicting interests here. I think here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my faith in RNGesus to get a Deal with the Devil on this floor. So I'm going to gamble as much as possible on this blood bank, which is not very much for right now. They're going to take this back to the Judgment. Well, let's see if we can get a red chest inside of our boss trap room first. But then I'm going to take this money back to Judgment, and we're going to see if he can pay out with something, maybe some HP, and then we'll like repeat the whole process. Start it back at 1. 'Cause 1, you're like a beggar boy. 2, my little penny toy. 3, Girl, it's plain to see. Thank you for the free HP ends. Anyway, Brian McKnight. So soulful. We still only have one key. I'm disappointed by this. I'm not going to dispute that. However, did I say 1 HP? I meant to say 1 key. We still only have 1 key. I'm not going to lie to you. I am disappointed by this, but we still don't really have enough money to get to our shop and reliably make it work for us either. Oh, thank you, Cube of Meat, for saving me a little bit of damage there. And we get Little Chad. I'm going to try this. I don't think I've got great odds of getting something good. Or anything at all, for that matter. Little Chad is decent at best. But you never know when it's going to come in handy. And, you know, having reliable payouts of Spirit Hearts and Red Hearts, it's a good foundation for a lot of things. It's a good foundation for winning. You know you're going to have HP no matter, or you're going to have the chance to have HP no matter if you have permanent Polaroid invincibility or not. And also, if we get something like Dark Bomb, Little Chat all of a sudden becomes a much better item. Barring those, though, it's just an okay item, unfortunately. That was very close. Probably should not be playing with fire as much as I am right now. It's not because I like to live dangerously. I'm mostly just lazy. Good stuff. All right. And that's quite a lot of HP for us, actually. I wanted to get, you know, there's always like a little bit of a refractory period when you enter a room where the boss doesn't do anything. I really thought that I could get Cube of Meat to get in there and kill this guy. And I really think that if we'd managed to hit with Cube of Meat right off the bat, it actually would have accomplished that. He would be dead by now, at least. Terrible damage, but we sped up the fight. That's not a good reason to do it, but it is what happened. A luck upgrade is good, and oh my god, a Krampus fight. I'm not thrilled about this, but a lump of coal would be acceptable. I don't really want to get rid of Guppy's head right now. I think Guppy's head is a fine item for us. It fits into our game plan. Yeah, good. We don't have to worry about any of the other factors that I could have spoken about there, because we got a lump of coal anyway. All right, Necropolis 1 on a Curse of the Unknown. We should probably do that. I just wanted to check out these rooms to see if there was anything of immediate value. Curse of the Unknown kind of sucks. But as long as we can pick up red hearts, we know we're not at full HP, and then when we finish picking up red hearts, we know we're at full HP. Alright, that's good. So now we can finally go to the shop. Let's prioritize it a little bit more than usual. That's not the shop! This is the library again! We're getting to the point where I would almost expect a library to start to have real items, but I know, we can maybe make use of this if we don't get any mapping. I know that that's probably a little bit optimistic. We've only taken, like, 4 books out of the rotation, and we haven't rerolled them because we're not Isaac. We don't have the D6, so probably mostly just a waste of a room. That's pretty sweet, though. We are at full red hearts right now. I apologize for the framey, like, room transitions. You know, pretty much the least of my concerns when it comes to my video card woes recently, but I understand that it's a suboptimal viewing environment in that situation. Oh, I really thought we could have blown this guy up. We were only 1 shot away. Oh. Alright, check our curse room. No bombs, so I can't help but feel that maybe I'm missing out kind of something fierce on these. Can't help but feel I'm missing out kind of Sasha Fierce on these. Sasha Fierce was like Beyonce's alter ego? Is that oh yes, Little Brimstone. Is that correct? Would it be correct for me to say that Sasha Fierce is Beyonce's Chris Gaines? I'll give you time to Google that in case you weren't alive for the controversy. Quote-unquote controversy. Well, we're definitely going to have a crack at boss rush. We're way ahead of schedule here. It's the adversary. It'd be a great floor to get a deal with the devil. I didn't realize, actually, that I have so many familiars that it's actually pretty difficult to get Little Brimstone lined up where I want him. I've really got to pay attention to where he is in the stack here. But a really good fight against the adversary. Nothing wrong with this one. Didn't get hit. Didn't get a deal with the devil. I don't need a speed upgrade, but I don't necessarily lose out by not having it because our HP is so good anyway. And Curse of the Unknown again. Alright, well we can see everything on this floor thanks to Mom's Eye. Kane's Eye? Is that this one? There's Kane's Eye, Mom's Eye, Kane's other eye, the Eye of the Tiger, the Thrill of the Fight, etc., etc. There's a lot of eyes going on here. Do I want to go to the shop? That's not even a shop, it's another library. I kind of want to prioritize the item room, but this could be awesome. Yeah, that looked like a secret room. So now we've doubled our odds, basically. It's probably mathematically a little different than that. But we've greatly increased our odds of actually being able to access these special rooms as a result of taking another bomb, or of getting into these this secret room here. So our shop kind of sucks. Our double key room is a bunch of chests, which is actually pretty okay. Be a great opportunity for a cricket's head. We didn't get one. We did get a health upgrade though. I think that's paralysis. Lots of paralysis pills. Enough money to buy something if there's something we want, but there's not really. Buy another key. Now there's 3 keys and we only really want to do one thing with them. So we'll come down here and open this and we get the Bible, which is not what we want at all. Disappointing a little bit, but it's okay. Let's see if we can snag a teleport card, because we're way ahead of schedule for boss rush. Hagalaz. Well, you know, we could use this to possibly have a much better chance to find a teleport card, so let's not focus on the negative there. Could be useful. I was hoping this room would be where we'd get a chance to pop it, but it's okay. Any year now, we'll kill these guys. More red hearts I cannot use. Well, we're coming very close to our kind of watershed moment. We're not strong enough to do boss rush. That being said, we could get a deal with the devil before the boss rush that gives us a better outlook on it. Or we could get a teleport card from somewhere, but it's looking increasingly unlikely. You could trade the Hagalaz rune for a free bomb. I kind of think you gotta shoot for the moon with the Hagalaz rune. You shoot for the moon, it's the Hagalaz rune. Just another jingle. You could work for yourself. I can see forever. Well, we should go back and check. Second secret room is a bunch of red hearts. Look, we probably should play these, but I'm gonna be lazy about it. Why be lazy about it? I'm gonna Hagalaz right here, just to see if maybe... Thought maybe we'd get a crawl space or something. I don't even know if it can show up on the boss fight, but I thought it would be awesome if it did. Terrible damage on my part, but we got value out of the damage at least. Every time we get hit, if we play our cards right, we should be able to really stick it to Mom here. Phrasing a little bit on that one, okay. Terrible damage. My favorite Charlie Day, Jason Bateman, Jason Sudeikis vehicle. I don't know why, I just persistently walk into Mom. I think it's a poor strategy, all things considered. But we did get a deal with the devil. We will take the Polaroid. HP is obviously okay. We will take Dark Bomb, and we will take Headless Baby. And then, in here, what do we have? Oh my god, Proptosis is like so close to being worth it that I'm gonna take it. Is it actually worth it? I honestly don't know. It's certainly going to look a lot shittier than our last run as far as our damage goes. And you might be saying, well, Proptosis and Lump of Coal, there's your problem right there. But actually, like, they synergize fine with one another because you still get a flat damage bonus from Proptosis even at its maximum range, so... well, maybe I think it was worth it anyway. We did get Lazarus Rags on this one as well, so... It's a little unfortunate in that I'd rather have any other respawn item, because it would free me from the expectation of actually finishing this room. I could just teleport out by killing myself, but it's not going to work for us in this situation. We should point out, like, this is not fast for boss rush. I'll be the first to tell you that. This is going to take a little while. However, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. We got Dark Bum, so our survivability is pretty much guaranteed if we get out of here. Because we have Dark Bum combined with Little Chad, which is an awesome combination. We haven't been hit yet. We have been hit once. And that's okay. How the heck? Oh, he must have bumped into a bunch of red poop. I don't really want to be like right next to the Blastocyst. It's too easy to take a hit. Gotta say, I'm a little bit disappointed by my damage right now, but we're in for the long haul here. And if it's ever worth doing boss rush, which it is, this has got to be one of the items we consider it's worth doing it for. Why just run into the red ding dong? Loki should not be giving us this much trouble. He's not really giving us trouble, he's just taking way too long. Another example of just absolutely terrible damage. It would be really awesome if the game gave us old bandage for finishing boss rush. That would synergize nicely. Or Gimpy. Gimpy would also be great because we have a huge, well, not huge necessarily, but we have an increased deluxe stat, plus we're Kane. So Gimpy could provide us with a disproportionate benefit relative to the norm. And combine that Gimpy Spirit Heart payout with the Relic, and combine that Gimpy Red Heart payout, with Dark Bum, and Little Chad, I guess, with Dark Bum. And we've got a recipe for a pretty successful run here. Do I wish I didn't do this room? Ask me when it's over. We'll see what our HP looks like, and if it's just absolute shit, then I may be with you. But again, we've got Lazarus Rags that we don't really get a choice of whether or not to use it, but we can, you know, start to panic once that pops. Before that pops, we're fine. I think. I hope that when they charged each other, they would take damage, but no such luck. Inconsistent standards, game. Inconsistent standards. Alright. Gimpy still being alive is very annoying. Just your ever-present reminder at how powerful orbitals are relative to the rest of our damage-dealing potential right now. And still not even that strong, all things considered. Little Brimstone is really what's grinding my flipping gears right now. You should be steamrolling the shit out of these guys. But I guess Little Brimstone, I always say, like, my rule of thumb for it is it can carry you to the womb. But, you know, in normal circumstances, you're not fighting two of the same boss, or two bosses from the same tier at the same time, over and over and over. This is like some Mega Man, you know, Dr. Wily stage shit right here. Oh, finally. One is dead. We're not even, like, I think we're maybe approaching halfway here. We're fighting, Depths bosses. And then, for some reason, Pin shows up. And then we get, like, the Hollow and the Husk. Oh, another great name for, like, a book of collected poetry or something. The Hollow and the Husk. Could be an erudite hip-hop album as well. Good. Okay, we're way more than halfway done. I was maybe being a little bit overdramatic, unintentionally speaking. We are fighting the Bloat and Mask of Infamy, which is our last wave before we fight the Horsemen. And we're doing fine on HP, I think. We lost a little bit more than I would have liked, but we always lose a little bit more than I would have liked. Is the heart dead? The heart is not dead. Where is the heart? The heart is dead? The heart is dead. Okay. I was very confused. There we go. Thank you, Little Brimstone. Man, I wish I could organize my own familiars. If I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put Little and Brimstone together. And then put them next to me. Spending part of your time modeling, and part of your time next to Little B. Not the base god B. I don't even look. I'm not gonna join in on the adoration and adulation for Little B because I don't want to be a poser, and I would be a poser because I'm not familiar with him outside of Twitter shenanigans. Okay, definitely like do not die here. It would be advisable to avoid death. And by death, I mean, like, the Lazarus respawn. Which is a fucking dope name for a lot of things. Let's not worry about that. Oh my god, he spawned right on top. They're coming right for us. Just trying to keep myself wedged in a safe-ish place. Man, we might actually be getting kind of close to running out of HP here. But we're done, and we got the fucking bean. Run for your life. Oh, I maybe should not have taken that. Let's see where we're at. We weren't that poorly off. We don't have Goat Head, right? So we probably should try not to take red heart damage here. You might be saying, like, do this at all times, but there are some times when it's effective to take red heart damage, like going to that curse room to possibly get a second guppy item, but we're not going to get any value out of that. We should try to... We're not going to get as much value out of that right now. We should try to get a spirit heart maybe from you ASAP, and then I'll feel a lot safer. Little Chubbs, your little Chad's going to pay out soon as well, but maybe not soon enough depending on what these rooms hold. This one shouldn't be too bad. Ah, this should be it. Thank you for not paying out with the spider that I definitely would not have been able to avoid right there. So what are we hoping for here? Honestly, an easy boss fight. Rather than hoping for any items, I'm hoping for a little bit of like a non-Mama Gertie fight or something like that. The thinking being that really my key to success pretty much 100% hinges on just stacking up as many spirit hearts as possible through our kind of like self-fulfilling, self-replicating prophecy here, you know? As long as we can not take a bunch of bullshit damage against a shitty boss right now, that's a huge help for our momentum. Whipworm, Whipworm. Do we want Whipworm? I don't think we want Whipworm. This was a poor play on my part as well. So we're back in the shit again, basically. It's a double Loki fight. I don't see a Tinted Rock, but all things considered, this is a pretty easy haul. Oh, watch out. It's a pretty easy haul as far as bosses go. If we can get a deal with the devil here and maybe pick up, you know, 9 lives and another guppy item, that would be GG. Thanks to Proptosis, but we need to still focus for a minute here. Maybe just Magic Mush from Loki would be enough. Old Bandage. Well, I did ask for it, so I'm not going to be mad. No deal with the devil. I think Old Bandage is going to be good for us. Let's do some more rooms. I normally don't say that, but I think that it's in our best interest to do so here. We'll do some more rooms. We'll get some more red hearts. The red hearts will generate a spirit heart for us, and then we can go to our curse room, I think. Not... Oh, that's so huge. I should not have picked that up, picked that one up, but we'll still get one when we leave, which I think is gonna give us enough survivability. But let's see what we get in here first. Unlikely to be 2 guppy items, but if there's a benevolent force in the universe, give me 1. Oh, that was almost too close for comfort. That's what I want. No, there's Blackheart, actually, even better. Okay. And we got 2 bombs. 2 bombs we can't even use. So, that's very disappointing. Let's try to get some of our red hearts back. We got nothing. 6 bombs. Or, sorry, 3 bombs, 6 rocks. Nothing to note. Or nothing to write home about. It's gonna be a little tricky. The mom's eye, or Kane's eye thing is a little weird. Let me take a sip of this coffee. It might have actually worked on this floor, but we got Curse of the Lost, so we don't actually see it working one way or the other. Oh, we should wait for you to get that. I think full hearts we'll take. Half hearts we'll let Dark Bum take. Why draw a line in the sand like that? Just to ensure, you know, fair and equitable distribution, you know? I think that's important. That was terrible on my part. Oh, okay, thank you. What actually is important, if I'm not being facetious, is probably adjusting that protocol so I take all red hearts unless I'm full on red hearts. Because you know, the HP is worth more to me when it's empty than it is to Dark Bum. Because HP is HP. Is there one more hand? I thought for sure there would be. HP is HP, like 1-to-1. Well, you're gonna get that one. Whereas, like, laundering it through Dark Bum is not always gonna be 1 HP. That time it was, and we knew it was gonna happen, so I let him, but most of the time we're gonna get nothing out of him when we do that, so we gotta be a little careful. So I'll definitely take both of these, and I'll definitely take that. Now we can probably just afford to start giving him some. Gonna be a little bit of a slower run. That's okay. We didn't get, like, bad items or anything like that. There's not anything, you know, over-the-top spectacular. That's okay. That's probably our secret room back there, but I'm not too interested in worrying about that. Although, now that I think about it, why wouldn't we? Maybe we can get, like, a Black Lotus or something. Maybe we can get a slot machine that contains nothing of value. Pretty much just a very roundabout way of paying twice as much as you normally would for a secret room's haul of money that we can't possibly use right now anyway. But I'm not bitter. We can afford to spend 2 bombs on it. If we can afford to leave bombs behind, we can definitely afford to spend them. Don't worry. Yes, I left my spirit heart back here. All right, now Dark Bum gets all the HP. Don't really care about the money. If money equals power shows up, I'm not going to be salty with myself. Rather, I'll just be happy that money equals power has shown up in the first place. Probably should not be hanging in there. You know, you could just walk away and not have to deal with the enormous amount of bullets that are coming out, or you could get right up in there and have to bob and weave. And the bobbing and the weaving, it's fun, but also strictly unnecessary. Oh, we will check that. I don't like to let the Guppy Dream die. Also another good haul. Okay. And the Guppy Dream is dead. I've held out hope long enough. Beautiful. Almost at full HP. Oh my god. You know, there's a lot of demoralizing things in Isaac, but I don't know if anything is more demoralizing than a dead end after a long stretch. I guess you know what's more disappointing? Your second dead end after a long stretch on a Curse of the Unknown floor. So you have no idea where you are. You know it's going to take you some time just to get from point A to point B and figure out where the hell you're supposed to go. You're going to do dumb shit like I just did right there. We got lucky we didn't get penalized for it too hard. Did we even go all the way back? Okay, I don't think we went this way. Oh, yeah, smart idea. We did get a range upgrade. Was that worth the Spirit Heart? No, absolutely not. That could be a Tinted Rock. I've seen some Tinted Rocks in my day. That one, a little mistaken. You think anyone... Okay, like, I'm operating this joke under the principle that Pawn Stars is not fake. So, that's not really, like, defensible. However, you think, assuming it was real, do you think anybody's ever gone on it and just fucking bricked it as an expert? They've been like, yeah, you know, this is totally, like... a condom that Steven Tyler used on Aerosmith's first US tour, and then, you know, he like woke up the next day and was like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's a fake and a half, man. You just told Rick that was worth $15,000. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's fraud, man. That was actually Joe Perry's used condom. That was actually Matthew Perry's used condom. That might be worth something. I don't know. He was on Friends. Could he be any more on Friends? Anyway, let's get the heck out of here. We're on the Cathedral. Time's a flying. That was sarcasm. Hey, thank you, Kane's Eye. Kane's Eye, everybody. Kane's Eye. Helping us out. Was it worth taking this over Spectral Tear? Well, not Spectral Tears, but Pushpin. As a result of having 2 floors of mapping. I think it is. It's only got a 25% chance to work, but, you know, the Cathedral is one of those floors you would like it to work on. It's like, you know, if it works on the chest, it was absolutely worth it. Wow, lucky me. Back to 11 and a half. No, that's not 11 and a half. That's just 11 with a half red heart thrown in somewhere. I'm a little concerned about our damage, actually, which is not something I'd like to say, considering we have proptosis, but does feel like the truth right now. I hope that we can resolve it with what we get on the chest. Let's be honest, we're probably not going to resolve it with what we get on the Cathedral. Especially since I'm skipping things like judgments. Why skip the judgment? Honestly, I don't want to walk over the spikes. I think I have a win in my pocket right now. I don't want to throw that win away for a lottery ticket, you know? You know, I love Illmatic by Nas, and, you know, he's got that song, Life's a Bitch. Realizing the realism of life in actuality, fuck, who's the baddest? A person's status depends on salary. And my mentality is money-orientated, and I'm destined to live the dream for all my peeps who never made it. So in that, he's obviously saying... I guess we won, I can see forever. He's obviously saying, you know, hey, forget worrying about, like, you know, who's got the most bravado. Instead, let's focus on who's got the most money. It has, like, some connotations where I'm like, I don't know. Nos, multi-millionaire and also respected artist Nos. From one artist to another, money's not everything. But he says, in that, something I take issue with, he says, the buck that bought the bottle could have struck the lotto. And I'm like, is that really the message we want to be sending here? That, instead of spending your money on alcohol, which admittedly is wasteful, but also may, depending on the situation, provide you with some excellent times, buy a lottery ticket instead. I get that it's a metaphor. He's not actually saying, you know, instead of drinking, buy a lottery ticket. But I do think it could be construed this way. So I am making what many people might consider a poor decision, but I really wanted to get through the that phase of the Isaac fight as quickly as possible. I didn't want to deal with as many shots coming in as I knew we were going to have to deal with, and I have taken 3 hits. That's not an insignificant amount. It's not a ton, but okay, 4 hits. That one is 5 hits. Now it's getting embarrassing. Slow down. 3 hits was like the limit of the acceptability threshold here. Let little Brimstone do your dirty work. You know, yes, it sucks that you have proptosis and lump of coal and your tears are big, but they don't hurt very much. But let's not throw away the whole run out of just, like, literally impatience. That seems suboptimal. We're almost done here anyway, and we're getting 4 new items soon. Well, new might be a little bit of a stretch, depending on how much Rebirth you've watched, but... Hey, he got the heart. Let's go down. He's got the power! No map on this floor. Oh, never mind! There was a map on this floor. Thank you. We will take PhD. We will take Skinny Odd Mushroom. We will take Ouija Board. We will not take the poop. Skinny Odd Mushroom is a good payout for us. I can't believe we didn't get hit there. Skinny Odd Mushroom is a good payout for us, full stop. Is it great? Yes. Yes, I would say it is great. You know, I never want you to think that those are rhetorical questions. I actually put some thought into that one. I do, it depends on where you know, it's wrapped up in blue, you know, you got a whole different assortment of things to talk about. What's a great item? I think a great item is any item that by itself has a great chance to make a considerable positive impact on the body. Does Skinny Odd Mushroom do that? Yeah, I think so. I think it's enough of a DPS increase to justify it. And we've taken a lot of hits. That's a double gate fight in a nutshell, man. I'm not going to freak out about it too much. We do have the Relic, Dark Bomb, Little Chad. I think this is kind of what you expect, you know? You eat a lot for dinner so you don't wake up hungry during the night, you know? We take care of our spirit hearts on the easy rooms, so on the hard rooms we don't have to sweat losing them so much. Mulligan, huge pickup. And also we get to skip a room. So I want this, just so, man, don't blow yourself up on those. I want this so I have a chance to actually make use of the HP instead of Dark Bomb possibly squandering it. Mulligan is going to be an awesome pickup for us, but it's not, I mean, is it great? Yeah, it's fantastic. But it's not a guarantee of a victory in and of itself. We still need to focus on making sure we don't ruin our HP. Gimpy is exactly what we've wanted for a while. It's probably a little bit too late for it to make an appreciable impact. And in fact, it's quite plausible it makes no impact at all. But having it around does give me a little bit of peace of mind. All we need to do is get hit and have it pay out once, and then, you know, then it was well worth picking up. I mean, either that or we just let it sit on the ground, so it's always worth picking up, I guess. Should have killed Sloth last, but I was focused on that discussion about Gimpy, and we did get a half red heart there. That one was better for Dark Bomb, because I would have lost some invincibility if I hadn't done it that way. Now, let's learn from our earlier experience and not worry so much about doing orbital damage. And then we got an easy win, and there's nothing wrong with the way this one went down at all. Except for that one, you know, the fight against Isaac where I took a substantial amount of idiotic damage. That was suboptimal, yes, I would not dispute that. You know what's the unsung hero of this run right now? Kane's Eye. Kane's Eye prevented a lot of nonsense. Man, this game is starting to look a little framey. All things considered, that's relatively good compared to the other problems we've been dealing with on a technical level. But, oh man, I really could have used that red heart there. Yeah, I'll do my best to try to fix that. Probably just a reboot is in order to start with, but anyway, we've won. Eat it. We're the best, man. I did it. For now, thank you very much for the subscription. For the... Ryan needs to sleep. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.